If you've ever watched a professional game of Valorant in your life, you're bound to have heard his name.
Let's go, Tyson!
That's my name.
Tyson TenZ, the Canadian superstar that's considered one of the, if not the most mechanically gifted players to have ever touched the game. Currently playing for Sentinels, arguably the best team in the game right now, TenZ wasn't always on the roster. In fact, only recently has he been allowed to showcase his full potential to the world, ever since joining up with the team after his stint on Cloud9. However, even before all this, everyone knew of the legendary Canadian sensation. How did that happen? When TenZ made the switch from Counter-Strike to Valorant, he was the player who was most known for his time on Cloud9, despite not performing overly well in the game. TenZ was known as sort of a prodigy in CSGO.
Oh, what a fucking shot by TenZ. 1 versus 1 here.
When he started playing the game at the tender age of 15, his aim and game sense were far beyond his years. Those who caught on saw a promising career in CSGO for the young star, and he would end up getting his big break when he signed for Cloud9. With that signing came a lot of expectations from fans and teammates alike. And he did what a lot of people would do under that kind of pressure. He crumbled. TenZ would end up leaving Cloud9 as his performances didn't warrant him playing for a team of this stature. He had blown his big chance, and while he still played for a couple of mixed teams, his name would have little value in the CSGO scene. Well, eventually he decided to try out Valorant. TenZ would often stream his gameplay, and at a time where refined strategies were still trumped by raw skill, TenZ reigned supreme. He was one of the first players to sign for the new Valorant roster of Cloud9, and he would develop a cult following due to 3 major factors: his lovable personality, his raw talent, and the fact that he was the first player in the region to attain the illustrious rank of Radiant. His undeniable talent finally coming to fruition seemed to be the jumpstart that his career, which had stalled, needed so much. But while Cloud9 placed all their faith into the young superstar, he himself was slowly losing faith in his team. While TenZ was keeping pace with other big names in the North American Valorant scene, his teammates couldn't keep up. TenZ grew frustrated and eventually announced a change. He would go on to pursue content creation and retired from competitive Valorant.
I definitely take that as a learning experience, and I'm very thankful to them.
This only served to help grow TenZ's legacy. The misunderstood pro, the god aimer who was always unlucky with his teammates. The story basically wrote itself. People were clamoring for his return, and then fate struck. Pro player Jay Sinatra 1 was accused of sexual assault and put on indefinite leave. Sinatra had been part of Sentinels, one of the most well-known and respected teams in the North American Valorant scene. TenZ didn't hesitate for a second and joined the team, taking Sinatra's place. At first, the move was supposed to be temporary, but everyone quickly realized that TenZ had finally found his home. His flashy playstyle proved to be a perfect fit to Sentinels and their identity. Raw skill reigned supreme in the lineup, and TenZ would go on to help Sentinels dominate the North American competition. That wasn't enough for the team, however. They had their sights set on a bigger goal: world domination. Their chance came at the VCT Masters in Reykjavik. From the start, Sentinels was one of the teams that was heavily favored to win, but it remained to be seen if they could outperform their tactically more advanced opponents. As we now know, the tournament proved to be a triumph.
Sentinels are the Masters 2 Reykjavik champions!
TenZ became a talisman for Sentinels and firmly established himself as one of the greatest, if not the greatest player in the game, with his MVP award in the final being a crowning achievement. TenZ is Valorant's first superstar. He was touted as a champion, fell down after not living up to his expectations, got given a second chance, and seized the opportunity. He has successfully managed to write his name in the Valorant history books and achieved legendary status. Valorant is TenZ's game, and we're just here to enjoy the show.
I feel right at home with them, and hopefully I can continue playing with them because this is the best team I've ever played on.
Thank you for watching, and be sure to check out esports.com for more esports news and content.